When dinner ended and Diego went to clear the plates, Laura didn't let Max and Diana go straight to change. They were already loosening their bow ties at the neck, sighing with relief, when she stopped them with a smile that promised nothing good. "Wait a moment, kids." She crossed her arms. "Yes, you were waiter and waitress, but you also made mistakes. And in a serious restaurant, mistakes have consequences." Max looked at her, puzzled. "Consequences?" Laura pointed to the corner of the dining room. With that gesture, so clear, no further explanation was needed. "Yes, 10 minutes facing the wall for each of you. Come on, no faces." Diana let out a resigned sigh and walked slowly toward the corner, still with the ridiculous little bow tightening her neck. Max, on the other hand, snorted, but when he saw Laura's firm look, he ended up obeying too. They stood side by side, their noses almost touching the white wall. The silence was heavy, and the only sound was the faint creak of the parquet under their feet. How the atmosphere changed. Diego joked from the table, amused. "We went from elegant restaurant to school of the punished." Max clenched his jaw. He felt his ears burning, and to his embarrassment, he knew they were turning red again. Diana, with her arms crossed behind her back. Laura got up, walked behind them, and calmly fixed Max's newly cut hair, which stood stiff from all the gel Diego had put in it. "Look how neat it is," she said, softening her expression with a smile. "I think I'll keep combing it like this until further notice. Makes you look very tidy." Max closed his eyes, mortified. Diana heard him sigh, and although she also felt the sting of embarrassment, she couldn't help a small, quiet chuckle. "Quiet," Laura reminded them gently, as if she enjoyed every detail of the moment. "The corner is not for chatting." The 10 minutes felt endless. The heat in their cheeks, the ridiculous feeling of the hairstyle, and the shared humiliation made Max and Diana unsure whether they wanted time to pass faster or wanted to stay like that so the scene would be over once and for all. Max started to feel a bulge forming in his pants. He didn't know if it was the stress, the humiliation, or the feelings he started to feel for Laura. When Laura finally released them, they both turned slowly, their faces flushed. Max covering his bulge, hoping no one see it. Diego greeted them with an ironic clap. "Bravo, 2 hotel stars with first-rate service and luxury discipline." Diana shot him a deadly look, while Max ran his hand through his hair, only for Laura to push his hand away immediately. "No, don't touch that. Until I say so, that hairstyle stays." Max groaned in frustration, and Diana, half accomplice and half amused, whispered to him, "Admit it, you're adorable." He grunted in response, knowing that, even if he didn't say it, his sister was right. Laura wasn't going to give in so easily. Max flopped onto the bed with a long sigh, still with the crooked bow and his hair stiff from the gel. Diana watched him as she took off her shoes with a mix of annoyance and nervous laughter. "I can't believe it," she said, shaking her head. "We played waiters like clowns, and on top of that, we got the corner." Max covered his face with his hands, murmuring through his fingers, "It's just, you don't understand." "What don't I understand?" she asked, raising an eyebrow. Max lowered his hands slowly. His cheeks were still flushed, but this time it wasn't only from the earlier embarrassment. It was because of what he was about to confess. "Before I came to stay with Laura and Diego, I already thought that maybe it would be interesting to see how Laura punished. I was curious." Diana looked at him as if she couldn't believe what she was hearing. "You wanted this, not like this," he hurried to clarify, waving his hands. "I thought of something small. I don't know, her scolding me, sending me to do something. But I didn't imagine it would be so humiliating. The corner, the ridiculous bows, her cutting my hair and making it all stuck with gel. I never thought she'd come up with those things." Diana watched him for a few seconds in silence, and finally burst into a laugh she couldn't contain. "You're an idiot, Max. You dug your own grave." Max grunted, throwing himself face down on the pillow. "I know. And on top of that, I think Laura loves seeing me like this, like she has fun every time I go red." Diana nodded, smiling to one side. "And you're not wrong. She saw you like 20 times today, and that little smile always slipped out." Max buried his face in the pillow, wishing he could disappear.